With the Idaho legislative session starting on Monday in that building, new state budgets will outline how our elected officials will spend your money. A proposed public schools budget is looking to fill a big hole after a recent change in the public school funding formula. Our Jude Binkley joins us now to break down that proposed budget. Jude?
Morgan, the state superintendent is proposing what she's calling a modernization of school funding off momentum from last legislative session. This budget will fill a $162 million deficit, money that schools are counting on, which has already been budgeted for education. It's a new year with new budgets allocating your taxpayer money, including money for Idaho classrooms.
What we're looking at, allowing districts to have more local control over the monies that come to them from the state.
State Superintendent of Public Instruction Debbie Critchfield is proposing a modernization of the state's public school funding.
We want a student-centered system and making sure that our students and our parents feel as though they have access to the resources that they need so that their child is prepared is important. Well, we want to balance that with being reasonable and conservative on how we approach how much taxes go into that effort.
In total, Critchfield's proposed budget is a 2.9% increase from last year's.
We got to that number looking at a variety of things. A lot of those increases come in the line item of transportation. We know fuel costs are up. It just costs more to transport our kids.
In addition to more local control over state money, a portion of the budget is also looking at a model using outcome-based funding.
Outcome-based funding is an approach. It's not a new model to the finance world, but it definitely is a new approach to K-12. And we're looking at tying monies to outcomes in math for our kids.
Over the past few years, the formula for funding schools has changed. Idaho used to base school funding off attendance, but when COVID happened, it switched to enrollment-based funding. That formula recently reverted back to attendance, and now there's a $162 million discrepancy between the two funding formulas. Critchfield's proposed budget includes a line item that would allow districts to capture that money they believe was left on the table.
We're not talking about new money. This money was already appropriated last year, but districts weren't able to access it because we returned to a formula-based way of funding schools.
And this proposed budget was submitted back in September, and with the legislative session right around the corner, it'll soon go to the governor's office for possible recommendations, and ultimately, Morgan, the finance committee at the legislature, and then the legislature will vote on it likely toward the end of the session.
Yeah, a big budget. All right, Jude, thank you.